All of the November reading plans came into fruition based around one particular title. This one gave me the idea that I should just finish as many series as possible. Everything in November be a conclusion, or at least a continuation. I did allow for that. Reality is we can't get a hold of some of those books. This is my pile of possibilities while not actually have any physical books to show you today. Let's go ahead and talk about the titles we do have. I should pull up the notes for some of them. First up on the list is one that's a carryover from October because it is a collection of short stories, and I've read 2 or 3 of them and I only have 2 left to finish. That would be The Tales of the Sun Eater, Volume 4 by Christopher Rocchio. These fall in between several of the different main books. At least 2 of them, though, the one I'm on now and the one before it, definitely happen after Book 5 and before Book 6. Otherwise, most of them could be read at any point, it seems. Though there is a suggested order that the author has up. After that, though, the one that I need to get to, because it comes out this month, would be my arc of Slow Gods by Claire North, because this is a standalone sci-fi, which is a miracle in itself. I feel like it happens more than standalone fantasy, I suppose. My name is Mawakana Navandizi. I'm going to spell this out for you because nope. And I am a very poor copy of myself. In telling my story, there are certain things I should perhaps lie about. I should make myself a hero. Pretend I was not used by strangers and gods. Did not leave people behind. Here's one truth. Out there in deep space, in the pilot's chair, I died. And then I was reborn. I became something not quite human. Something that could speak to the infinite dark. And I vowed to become the scourge of the world that wronged me. This is the story of the supernova event that burned planets and failed civilizations. This is also the story of the many lives I've lived since I died for the first time. Are you listening? From there, we go to another book coming out on November 18th. Will I read it that day? Maybe. And that would be Shadows Upon Time by Christopher Rocchio, the conclusion of the Sun Eater series. Hadrian Marlowe's journey from Delos to Gadadin. How he became known as the Sun Eater. We are finally getting the conclusion of the story. The epic story that it has been. This will take a minute. And I want to enjoy it. I want to take it in. We will be immersion reading too, though. We will be. There's a review for the first book if you would like to get into the series, which I do highly recommend everybody trying, though, yes, it's not for everybody. There's darker themes covered, and darker things happen in the later books, so if that's not something you like, then I understand you wouldn't maybe care for it, but it is amazing. The things we look at, the politics, the world building, the interspeciesness, like the aliens we uncover, things, the wars. If we manage to read anything else after that book, well, it might be a miracle. Those spawned into the possibilities of concluding series or continuing series. One of the titles that came to mind would be completing the Emily Wilde series with Emily Wilde's Compendium of Lost Tales. Is that what the third book is called? However, this is dependent on the library hold coming in. The other one, I think that is also coming out the 18th, or is it the 11th, that I thought about picking up, because it's a sequel book, and technically that would be the only ones out. But it's following a character that was introduced in the prequel, and then now I feel like I have to read the prequel, even though I didn't really want to read the prequel before, but now I think to really understand it, I probably would have to. And that would mean I would have to read Bookshops and Bonus by Travis Baldree, that introduces this character that's in Brigands and Bread Knives, I think. His play on words. Which would be cozy fantasy, and probably a great, nice, safe bet after Shadows Upon Time. Big fantasies. Let's do something softer. That was my thinking. This, though, Bookshops and Bonus also requires the library hold to come in. Another one that's a possibility, though I'm definitely rethinking it, could be completing the Charlatan duology with Thief of Night by Holly Black, but I don't know if it would be a good idea, especially if I'm already feeling maybe a bit overwhelmed after Sun Eater, to go into one that was just kind of okay-ish. I hope that, we'll pull off the conclusion okay, but what if the mood from this one ruins the enjoyment that I could have found in this one because I'm already woed. So that one's really more tenuous. One I think though that would help, because while it has dark tints as well, but it's also bordering ridiculous and it's humorous as mess and it's Princess Donut. I Have the Bedlam Bride by Matt Dinniman, book 5 in the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. So we're getting closer to the end of the published works for that at least. And it's a fun time and it's always great. So that one's another possibility. The last one that would be completing a series, a duology that I would love to read. I enjoyed the first book. And it was actually the first one that popped into my head for concluding a series when I thought of that idea to do that next to the other book, would be Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gilling, the conclusion of the Shepherd King duology. One I've been meaning to finish for a few years now. So to get that one knocked out, and it's a YA, so it should also be an easier read. It's just gothic, darker vibes also with that one, but hopefully still could be okay with that one. I think that's the last one on the list. So if the mood really strikes us, I did write down 4 Ruined Realms by Maya Corland to continue on her Broken Blades series. But that one's gonna have to be, the mood really struck me to continue with that one in this month. Because I don't foresee it, but who knows? It's good to leave in the possibilities. Of my very unrealistic November list, I think I'll probably only be reading 3 of them. Maybe 3, hopefully, I don't know. Maybe 4, probably 3. I think 3 is the safe bet, especially when 2 of them are very chunky. And I kind of want to do a dedicated review for each of them, which I haven't done in forever. In the Sun Eater series, I've vlogged every single one. And that would take at least a week probably to digest that whole book and like interpret. So it's going to be a very busy November. I almost forgot what month we were going into. I would love to know your reading plans, what your thoughts are. Have you done any of these series yourselves? Are you trying to complete your series? Let me know down in the comments down below how your reading month is shaping up and going. Or if you don't want to share, you can drop a stars galaxy emoji just to show your support. And you can also like and subscribe if you haven't. That way you'll be notified every week when the new videos come out, including the hopeful reviews and vlogs and the new book releases. I hope you are finding something great to read today though, and that you are going to have an excellent weekend. Bye!